Ibere came as a result of shared experiences
Mm-hmm.
between myself and my colleagues, right? A very close friend of mine. And it's also more of a personal experience because I used to be someone who I sit down, I get ideas, I get inspirations, but then I feel like even trying, right? On my own, I kill it before I even start. So many ideas had gone down the drain over the years without me taking a step to even give it a try to
Mm.
see the outcome. So Ibera is more like a charge or like an encouragement, saying to the youth or people around, generally the youth, the young, the old.
Welcome to Cloud Records Music Podcast Season 4, Episode 8. I'm your host, Maurine McFarlane, and I have an amazing show just for you. Don't go anywhere. Joan Eno is a passionate Nigerian performing artist and creative educator whose work bridged dance, theater, and storytelling with a Bachelor of Art in Performing Arts and a Master in Theater Arts. Through our productions such as Ibere and Kintsugi and our international performance in Ring of Our Time by World Opera Lab at the Holland Festival 2025. Joan explores theme of identity, healing, and human resilience with raw emotional depth. A passionate advocate for art education, she continues to inspire young minds through performances that blends movement, music, and meaning. Her ongoing research work, Knock, further investigate the passage of light and the power of transformation. Joan's art seeks to awaken empathy, sparks dialogue, and celebrate the beauty of beginning both on stage and in life. Joan stands tall among a new generation of creative, shaping Nigerian art through innovation and excellence. The music you're listening to in the background is by Garrett B. Morgan and Valerie V. Gay. There is a Time, instrumental. One is Cloud Records Music. The links are below. Check out all of our music. Before we start, please subscribe to our channel, ring the bell, and leave a comment and let me know what you think about our conversation. Let's get into it. And now, our Cloud Records Music Spotlight. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I have a special guest here tonight. Her name is Joan Eno, and she's so gifted. And I am so excited to have her. Welcome to Cloud Record Music Podcast, Joan.
Thank you so much for having me here. I feel very honored actually.
Okay, that's great. As I said before, she's not only gifted, talented, but she's also brilliant. She has a Bachelor of Science in Art and a Master's in Theater Art. Someone wrote that you stand tall among a new generation of creative, shaping Nigerians' art through innovation and excellence. So before we start, share with us your experience represented Nigeria in the international production ring in an innovative and in the Holland Festival in Amsterdam. Tell us about that experience.
It was an amazing experience. Getting to meet other creative minds from other countries, learning their culture, adding more to mine. And it was a little bit tricky because we have different languages, but we all understood each other, and it was fun. And we have common goals. We had similar drive. It was for the same cause, which is to protect the water. Most times and in most countries we experience water pollution and its effect in the lives of the people. So it was basically about addressing such issues and seeing that the authorities gets the message and
Mm-hmm.
work more in that light to help better the health of the people, basically. So it was an amazing one, and representing my country was a big one for me, right?
Right, right.
We were four from Nigeria, and I was the only female from Nigeria,
Mm-hmm.
and I felt like uh, the mother of Nigeria at the moment. So
Mm-hmm.
it
Mm-hmm.
was great. It was a beautiful one,
Mm-hmm.
very challenging,
Right,
but educative as well. I learned a whole lot.
right,
So
right. Well, I know your country people were very proud of you and very excited. There's nothing more wonderful than representing one's country, especially in what we are so good at. And
yeah,
so I know it was a great time. The great thing about the work that we do as an artist, it bridges languages. It doesn't matter.
true.
It connects us in such a way that nothing else does. Art does that, music does that, or creative art. You know, it's just a wonderful thing to connect people together, right?
Yeah.
Yes. So you serve as a performing artist instructor for several schools there in Nigeria. What describe this to our audience? What is a performing artist instructor?
Okay. Taking it back to my qualification, I studied performing arts in school uh, for both degrees, and it's all about studying the arts in general. Because, like we understand, art is life. You know, the life we live is art generally.
Mm-hmm.
Our lifestyle, our patterns, our habits,
Mm-hmm.
what we like, our fashion, everything about us is art because it brings out beauty, aesthetics, and what have you. So studying theater art, it's more like, okay, we are enacting our lives on
Mm-hmm.
stage or on screen, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yes.
performing arts is is vast, is broad. You have the acting, the dancing, the singing. You have
Mm-hmm.
the script writing. We have the theater management. We have the critics, a lot of that. So working with schools as a performing arts instructor, it's me impacting on the younger ones the idea behind performing arts, the
Mm-hmm.
different arms of theater we have. We have the costumes, we have the makeup. So it's not all about acting,
Mm-hmm.
it's more than that. It's not all about singing, it's more than that. Me making them understand that as a performing artist, you need to be versatile, not just the stereotype in one, because it
Mm-hmm.
brings out the best in you. For example, if I'm singing and I have no idea about acting, I'll lose my emotions along the line, right? I can't communicate my emotions and my intentions to my audience properly. So I'll lose it. And at the same time, if to act like a banker, for example, and I have no good idea of what the banking system is all about, I'll be
Mm-hmm.
lying to the audience, right? I'll be faking it to the audience. So it's more than just knowing how to, okay, understudy people, but making the
Mm-hmm.
audience believe that, okay, at this moment, you are that person.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I tend to make them understand that if you pick up the role of a president, for example, or a character of a president in a movie or in a stage play, at that moment, you are the president, right? So you need to give it your all and make the audience believe that you are a president. So it goes way beyond knowing the lines, knowing what to say. That's why
Mm-hmm.
it's called make believe, right?
Mm-hmm.
Theater is make believe. It's not every time you see people on screen dying, actually dying in real life. They make
Right.
us believe that they are there, right? So that's the idea behind performing arts. So that's what I teach my students and make them get creative, make them explore, and make them challenge themselves when it comes to
Mm-hmm.
creativity and all. So not
Mm-hmm.
just in dance, but in every aspect of theater or performance. So that's what I do as an instructor for performing arts here in Nigeria.
Okay, I get it. Get it. That's good. So you are known to have a passion for African contemporary dance, and that heritage is the heartbeat for your creative process. So can you explain to us what that process is?
Okay, so actually here in Nigeria, we love our culture so much, and everything we do is being influenced by our culture. The way we work, the way we live, everything about us has our culture embedded inside of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when it comes to my creative process, I don't take out the roots of where I come from. I don't take it out because sometimes I get my ideas from things that happen to me personally or people around me, somehow linked to culture. Just like my current work that's titled Ibere, right? It's
Mm-hmm.
titled Ibere and it means the beginning. It's a Yoruba word here in Nigeria and it holds a very, very powerful meaning. Taking a bold step, starting something new, not being scared of doing something. So and all this are what we go through on our day-to-day activities here in Nigeria. The fear
Mm-hmm.
of starting something, the fear of doing something big, the fear of failing actually. So and our culture has a way of shaping our lifestyle, shaping
Mm-hmm.
our mindset as well. So I
Mm-hmm.
do not for any reason take it out of my creative process. You
Mm-hmm.
know, I can't be as good as a wife. I can only be as good as my origin. So
Mm-hmm.
I do what I can in my own way, selling my own culture to them. The same way I see theirs, I love it and I buy into their own culture.
And
So that
yeah, the culture of Nigeria is in most places on the continent, in most countries, it is so rich. And
very,
when
very
you
rich.
can bring that experience to the world, give them a greater knowledge of not only your culture but the people, and that's something everybody needs, because
Sure.
people that are not connected to your culture have their own preconceived ideas, right? and
Very
and
true.
your heart, what you do is bringing truth to that, right, to the real Nigerian culture. And so to share with the world is a very powerful thing. This is why you're getting the recognition you're getting from around the world.
Yeah.
So that's very good.
Thank you.
So I'm curious though, because it is such a the idea that you're connecting these pieces. But what inspired you though to fuse this African contemporary dance, theater, and the narrative? What is your inspiration for that?
Okay, I began my dance career as a pure cultural dancer here in Nigeria. Because we have different genre of dances,
Mm-hmm.
and I started as a pure cultural dancer in Nigeria. And along the line, I started learning other dance styles and getting vast and all. But then I couldn't, like I said, I couldn't take out the cultural part of me because it's always very powerful. Sometimes there's some things you want to say in English that may not sound so powerful on the ears, but when you hear it
Mm-hmm.
in a native language, it holds a very powerful meaning, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's the influence. That's what inspired me because I feel like when I'm more connected to my culture, to
Mm-hmm.
the roots, I explore more, and then I get more creative. I give
Mm-hmm.
it all. So
Yes.
because I started that way, I'm well, rooted in my culture, so to speak. So it's more or less like my number one drive, my number one
Mm-hmm.
inspiration. When I want
Mm-hmm.
to address any issues, I take it back to where I'm coming from to see how well people will relate with it. Because when you create a content over here, you have to think about every age grade. How
Mm-hmm.
will the elderly feel it? How will the younger
Nice.
ones feel it? How will the middle age feel it as well? So, and the best way to get this is taking it back to
Mm-hmm.
the culture, taking it back to the
Mm-hmm.
root, because everybody can relate with that, no matter how it is. There are ways you can tweak it for the Gen Zs, and it comes out
Mm-hmm.
nice. And when the millennials see it, they love it. And when the most elderly see, they love it. So that's how powerful our culture is. So it's a very powerful institution for me and my work.
Okay, that's really good. Now, you're a storyteller, which I appreciated because I'm a writer and a storyteller too. How does your culture and heritage influence the story that you choose to share with the world or to tell in the creative process or use in the creative process?
Okay. I want to use one of my work as a case study. So there is this thing about mindset, and I want to believe it's a global thing because we all have it differently wherever we are from. But over here, mindset is one of the things that has held so many people back from doing some certain things because once they believe that they don't have up here, you can never have in here. You get? So it's more like poverty starts from the mind, right? If you think you're poor, then you can never have it in your hand. And uh, there have been so many, will I say, opinions about having here in this part of the world. As a lady, as a woman, as a female,
Right.
there is this feel of, okay, you have a place, this is your place, you can't be here, you can't be here. But
Right.
I tend to fight such norms, such mentality, that even if I'm a woman, okay, according to the culture, a woman should do this, she shouldn't do this. But I'm coming from a different angle to say that as a woman, I'm also powerful, right? I can
Yes.
also put out some things that could transform lives. And I believe that if I'm a woman with the idea and I have so many male around me as the force, I can achieve it. So there's no need shutting me up because I'm a woman, right? So I go through angles like that, which are societal sentiments to create my stories. So it's more like it starts with the mindset. So I have a piece titled Kintsugi that is about the mindset repair. We can repair the mindset on some issues in the society and in your environment. A lot of things will naturally be fixed. Naturally. We can,
Great.
for example, train the male child very well. You can somehow curb the issue of rape to some extent and not putting the blame on the girl child so much. Because if I raise my son properly, for example, and I tell him what's right and what's wrong, and he sees a girl who is, even though she's innocent, he has self-control, he can call her to order instead of violating her. Like, those are things that are societal sentiment that I take into my work to fix the little way I can, because I can't do it all, the little
Yes.
way I can. So
Of course.
that's how it influenced my storytelling. So that's an example.
That's powerful. Now, I saw one of your production, which is I'm going to give the audience a slight look at, a part of it, and it's one of your original work, right? It's called the Ibere. Am I pronouncing it
Ibere.
right?
Ibere.
Okay, and it means at the beginning, right?
The beginning, yeah.
So when you were doing that story, was that the beginning of what? What was the piece about? And it's the beginning. Was the beginning of mankind? The beginning of what? Creation?
Okay. Ibere came as a result of shared experiences between myself and my colleagues, right? A very close friend of mine, and it's also more of a personal experience because I used to be someone who I sit down, I get ideas, I get inspirations, but then I feel like it won't try, right? On my own, I kill it before I even start. So many ideas had gone down the drain over the years without me taking a step to even give it a try to see the outcome. So Ibere is more like a charge or like an encouragement, saying to the youth or people around, generally the youth, the young, the old, take a step. Ibere is the beginning of something new. Anything, it could be anything. It could be you wanting to leave the 9 to 5 and chasing your talent and making it into your career. It could be you wanting to take that particular course on something you like doing, but because of the fear of what if I fail, what if it doesn't work out, the what ifs has held us back so many times in life. So Ibere is like a charge saying that okay, even if you fail, you actually did not fail. You learned how to do better the next time. So it's not a failure, right? It's a win-win. You get a new know-how, so you can make it better the next time you try again. So why being scared? Take the risk, take the bold step, do it. That's what Ibere is about. The beginning of something new, and it is relative to everybody. My beginning is not your beginning. What I have in my head that I've been killing all these years is not yours. Some people might be for them might be bad marriage. Some might be domestic violence, and they are just stuck there like, I can't come out. What would they say about me? What if? But take the bold step and don't think about the consequences before even starting. Start and then tell yourself, I'll face it head on, and there's always a way out. Once you start, there's always a way out. You can't get stuck forever. It might seem very challenging and all, but you scale through. So that's what Ibere is about. So it's the beginning, and it's related to everybody. We all know what we want to start in our head. We all know what we've written down. All the 1 million ideas we've written down, but we haven't taken any step at all. So Ibere is a charge to take a step. Start something, regardless. Just start and leave the rest. Just start. That's what Ibere is about.
Right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take just a few minutes. I'm going to say about a minute or two. Just a little portion of this awesome production. It is just really beautiful. And I pronounce it incorrectly. I call it Ibere, but you said it correctly.
Yeah, Ibere. Like the E, the B, E, and the Re. Ibere. Together.
Ibere. Ibere.
Yeah.
Enjoy, ladies and gentlemen. Ibere. Here we go. Beautiful. The movement is so. First of all, it's so appealing, and it's so interacting, and they connect. Their bodies almost connected so beautifully, right? And
thank you. Yes.
it's just well done. Is that original work that really put you on the path where you represent your country? Was that the piece that did it?
The piece that wasn't actually what put me out there. The piece actually came after I got the recognition, even because before now I never took a step. I never took a step. But it was also my own beginning because that was me taking a step in putting out my work. So before now, I work with people. I put their own piece together. I work with them, doing their works for them. until I went for a workshop, a workshop, right? And that was where
Mm-hmm.
I was seen for my creative, skill. And I was selected from the workshop. Like, this girl is very good. We need her for this production. So,
Mm.
and yes, and I began to believe in myself that I can actually do this. So I took a
Okay.
step, my own. Yeah, I took a step to do something original for myself. And that was how the business started.
So that beautiful production came out of your original work. Am I understanding this right? That wasn't what brought attention to your work, because it is
Yeah,
really nice. I'm talking the dance, the dancers that was in the production you did.
thank you.
That was that work, or was that piece that that production, did that help elevate your skills, your production your
Yes, it
performing
did.
production? Mm-hmm.
Yes, it did. And it did because I had to work with people that I have never worked with before. And
Mm-hmm.
it was a bit challenging. And at the same time, it was very educative and insightful because I learned a lot about them. I got to understand that no matter how much we know how to dance, it looks
Mm-hmm.
differently on different people. So trying to put
Yes.
my work on someone else's body was very, very difficult because I was seeing something else that, okay, no, that's not what I want to see. But I got a different idea at the end of the day. And that came out
Right.
more beautiful than what I had initially. So
Okay.
that was what put me out there more. Yeah.
Right. So from that, then, and your world stage, when you represent your country, um, and in the Mesa production that you represent your country in, did that connect you to other performer who are individual in the arts that produces? Did you get more connection to other people in different country where you can collaborate with them? Were you able to make that connection with other producers
Yes.
of performing arts like yourself?
Yeah, I got that with other performers like myself.
Mm-hmm.
And another thing was that because it was an opera production, so we had more
Mm-hmm.
of the singers than the
Mm-hmm.
actors or the dancers.
Mm-hmm.
So I was able to connect with more artists who are into the classical music aspect of theater. Yeah.
Okay.
So that was what I gained, and it was a big one for me because I was able to go back to my own drawing board and
Mm-hmm.
start putting down something that I would like to work with them with, like collaboration wise, going forward.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I look forward to doing more works with them because they have amazing music, like amazing, that I want to do a whole lot to whenever I listen to it, a whole lot.
Right. You mentioned classical music. Should I assume that you study classical music as well?
No, no, I studied dance.
Mm-hmm.
I I majored in dance actually. I did every art of the theater, but I had dance as my major area
Mm-hmm.
in theater. But
Okay.
it's just I don't know, but it's just funny how I found myself in an opera production. When I'm a dancer,
Yes.
actually I sing, but I don't regard that as my talent
Okay.
because yeah,
It's more your gifts. I get it. Yes.
yeah. So but they saw that as a talent in me,
Mm-hmm.
and they picked it as one of the things they loved about me. The way I sing cultural songs over here
Mm-hmm.
made them feel something that I never expected. So that, together with the fact that I am a good dancer,
Mm-hmm.
made them want me so bad in their production.
Mm.
Because, yeah, because according to them, I was given the goddess feel.
Right.
The, yeah. that
So,
would help.
you know, how do you see your art contribution to the culture and to greater social awareness?
Okay. First of all, I look forward to seeing that my creations, my work, go
Mm-hmm.
as far as solving conflicts, not like national conflict, global
Mm-hmm.
conflict. I'm looking forward to doing a piece that is that powerful, that could speak directly to the nation, like to the government, that could touch them, because over here in Nigeria we have so many issues with insurgency, so many issues with hunger, insecurity, and all that. So I'm seeing my piece one day addressing such massive issue here that the government would call for a talk, like a talk. I'm
Mm-hmm.
looking at doing something so powerful that would actually transform lives over here. Because
Yeah.
I don't know, sometimes I feel so sad when I look at the happenings around me, and I still see myself at the very least in the chain of the change in the country, you know. So I'm seeing myself getting so close to the people in authority through my work,
Yes.
and getting more visibility globally through that, through that. So that's where I see my work actually.
Yes. Well, I think you should keep that in mind all the time because most of the major changes around the world occur not only with people that protest and fight for the rights of others, but the arts, whether it's music or what you do, performing arts, has had more impact on change around the world than
Yeah,
every other
yeah,
tool. Yes, people take their music and their arts to different part of the world to speak on behalf of people and those that are less fortunate. And it has made great impact. So the arts is very, very important for consciousness and awareness of injustices, right? And what needs to be
yeah.
changed. So that's a very powerful thing you're doing. And I would say keep doing it. You know,
Thank
um,
you.
what would you like to pass on to the next generation of storytellers?
I would like to tell them to be very real. That's the word, being real. Like not not diluting the story too much. Be
Mm-hmm.
very real, because sometimes we tend to be sentimental about something, and we end up losing the main ingredient in the storytelling, right?
Mm-hmm.
And there's nothing more powerful about being real in your story, because it helps you as a writer connect more, because um it 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 helps the audience resonate better when you as a writer or a storyteller can feel
Mm-hmm.
what you are writing and what you are putting out there. So if it's not real enough for even you to believe as a storyteller, then I don't see the audience or the viewers believing in what you're doing. So it starts with you first. It all begins with you. Whatever is put out there,
Mm-hmm.
however it is received or it is seen or
Mm-hmm.
perceived, it all starts with you. So
Mm-hmm.
be real. That's what I want to tell the young storytellers. Be real to yourself and
Yeah.
to your audience.
Mm. Boy, that's a good advice. It's good to be real because we're going to face in the process of trying to pursue our purpose. Um, we're going to face a lot of challenges, and it's best to be yourself in the
Yeah.
face of challenges than trying to be someone else that you're not, right? So, well, I'm telling you, Joan Eno, I am so impressed with your accomplishments and
Thank
just how
you.
far you have come and how far you will go. And my prayer for you is not only when you went to this creative place of innovation and excellent, what do you call it, international production ring innovation, and you make those connections, but I hope those connections extend you far and wide so you can take the
Amen.
message the story of your heritage and your culture around the world so they can learn the true culture and the true heritage of the Nigerian people and not what's been said by those who don't even know the country,
No,
right?
yeah,
There
yeah,
are those who like to demean the people and the country. And so this is why your work, I believe it's so important to heart that you're telling the story and you're creating your own narrative, which is what we have to do. We have to control the narrative about our own story and don't let other people tell it. So
very
I
true.
absolutely. So I'm tremendously impressed with you. And I would love to see your name and your production across continents. You know what I mean?
Yeah, amen.
And so
Amen.
hopefully somebody they may come across watching this podcast would say, wow, would like to fly her maybe to New York or to LA or somewhere, to have an input
Yeah,
or to even do a production. Because I know, but Nigeria is also becoming a very big art country. A lot of movies are made in Nigeria, right?
a lot, a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, so maybe you can get connected to one of those music producer and do production that can go around the world too. So we hope the best for you.
Thank you
You
so
know,
much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
yes, and I thank you for taking the time out to spend and come on Cloud Record Music Podcast. We're a music company, but we're in art too, and what you do is part of art, and I want to share that with our audience. So I hope it helped pivot you to greater heights.
Thank you so much for having me too. It's been a great honor. I enjoyed
Yeah,
every
so
bit of it.
oh, great. So before we go, though, are you on any of the social media?
Yes, I'm on Instagram. Yeah,
And what is your social
Facebook.
media handle? What is your name?
Okay,
On,
for maybe okay. I'm actually Dancebog on Instagram.
mm-hmm.
Dancebog08. Yes, that's my Instagram handle. And for my official page for the brand, my project and everything, we are at official jet on Instagram. So you can see our works, how far we're coming, how well we're growing. So you
Mm-hmm.
can always find us there.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you follow her on all of the platform that she's at and find out what she's doing. Keep track of her, like her and follow her and let your friends and family know about her because I think she's someone that we should follow. All right. And check out all of the production upcoming ones. I will be paying attention to her because I think she's going places. So
Thank you.
do that. Absolutely. And also, I want to remind you guys, to subscribe to Cloud Record Music Podcast as well and follow me and give me comment about our conversation and share it. Once again, Miss Jones, it is a pleasure to have you. And thank you for taking the time to join us.
Same here. Thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome. And good night, everyone. And we'll see you in a couple weeks.